I'm one of the senior lawyers here at Reese Edwards, and I'm here with just a brief video about obtaining a spouse visa to come to the UK. So there's four main requirements that can be split up into the following: the relationship requirements, the English language, the financial, and the accommodation requirements. We'll go through each of these in turn. So in terms of the relationship, you do have to show that the relationship is one which is genuine and subsisting. And what does that mean? Normally you'd have to be either married, or if you're unmarried, you have to have lived together in a relationship akin to a marriage for at least 2 years before the date of application. What this route also covers is same-sex partners and civil partnerships. And with these applications, you generally expect to see proof that if the relationship is ongoing through a long-distance relationship, that how you keep in touch. And for a lot of couples, that would normally be via WhatsApp or video calls online, and also evidence of any frequent visits that they've had as well. In terms of the English language, the applicant will have to pass a simple basic English language test. That'll be from a test centre which is being verified by the Home Office. In terms of the financial requirement, now everyone knows that you have to have been earning at least £18,600 per year, and you have to have been with your employer for at least 6 months. Now with this, there's a lot of other categories of which you can apply under and how you can satisfy the financial requirement. But the simplest way would be to be with a single employer for at least 6 months. Otherwise, you can also rely on cash savings, and this would be an amount of at least £62,500 in your bank account held for at least 6 months. And equally, if you're self-employed, then you have to show that you have made at least the financial threshold during that time, during the last financial year. There are certain exemptions to the financial requirement, in which case, for example, if you're in receipt of a war disablement allowance, PIP, or a disability living allowance, then the threshold will not apply. There'll be an exemption, in which case you will have to show that you are able to adequately maintain and accommodate your partner in the UK. There's a certain calculation for this, which essentially is what a family would normally receive if they were on receipt of income support in the UK, less the housing costs, which would normally be rent and council tax bills. And if after you would be earning an amount above that threshold, the level of income support and relevant premiums, then the financial requirement will be met. For any other, this can be quite a complex area of law, and we've seen the recent introduction in August of this year, of bringing into third-party funding, so a family member having to be able to support your application to meet this financial requirement. There'll be a separate video on this, but for most of those cases, they are considerably more complex, in which case it's probably better to get in touch and we can offer a free consultation on that basis. The final requirement is proof that you can adequately accommodate your partner and any other children applying to the UK too. And what the Home Office will do is to carry out an assessment of whether the accommodation you have is adequate. And that will be normally based around how many people are living at the property, and as opposed to and if the property is legally owned or rented. So as an example, if you were renting a 2-bedroom house, that would normally permit 3 people to stay at the property, in which case a spouse and a child would normally be able to reside there, and that requirement will be met. And so if provided that you meet all of these requirements, visa should be granted in your favour. And these are all subject to what we call a suitability requirement as well. So generally speaking, the person who applies should not have any criminal convictions against them, and they should also have not any NHS bills outstanding for anything above £500. If you want a free consultation, we can offer those, and please contact one of our team members to book an appointment now.